Hello and welcome to Matt's Casual Cooking. Today we are going to be making polenta with sausage sauce. A very fun and very tasty dish that you can put together any time of year. So we're going to go over all the ingredients and how to put together, and let's get to it. Alright folks, so we're going to go over the ingredients that you're going to need today. Now for starters, you're going to need 7 cups of water. You're going to need 1 tablespoon of salt. And you're going to need 2 cups of coarsely ground cornmeal. Now, if you can't find specifically cornmeal, go ahead and just get the polenta. That's really all you need. Now, you're also going to need 6 tablespoons of olive oil, and we're going to have to divide that. You're going to need 1 large onion, and you're going to want to chop that. You're going to need 1 pound of Italian sausages, and you're going to want to cut those into about 1/2-inch slices. You're going to need 1/2 pound of mushrooms sliced. You're going to need 30 ounces of tomato sauce. You're going to need 1 tablespoon of oregano or like basil, and you're also going to need 8 ounces of cheddar or Monterey Jack cheese, and you're going to want to cube that. So we're going to go over how to cook everything, and I will see you in a minute. Alright folks, so our water is boiling right now. So what you want to do is just about a cup at a time, just kind of pour it in. You don't want to just toss it in there, just kind of pour it in a little bit. It's kind of as a steady stream, and just combine it. Let's give it a nice quick stir. Now we're going to add the rest. I'm going to be pouring in the bag because this has pretty much got a cup left. Alright, and we're good there. So what we want to do now is just give it a little stir for a little bit, and then what we're going to do is you're going to want to turn this down to like medium or low medium, because what we're going to do is we're going to let it cook for about 20 minutes, or until the polenta has become stiff. And when you run around your wooden spoon or whatever you're using, it pulls away from the side, and you'll even see it pull away from the side while you're cooking it. And also, if you want to, when you turn it down, if you want to pull it off the heat for a little bit, because sometimes it will keep boiling and the polenta will kind of splatter out of the pot, and we really don't want that. It can cause quite a mess. So go ahead and do that, and I will see you after 20 minutes. Alright folks, so for your sauce, what you're going to do is you're going to add 3 tablespoons of olive oil. And then what you're going to do is just add your onion, and we're just going to cook this on like medium-high until the onions are just soft. We're not going to saute them or anything like that. And it should just be about 3 to 5 minutes. So once that's done, we'll move on to the next step. So I will see you then. Okay, folks, so our onions are pretty much done. They're kind of nice and soft, and they're starting to turn translucent. So all you're going to do now is just add your sausage, and we're just going to spread that out, and I'm going to throw that onion away here in a second. And all we're going to do is we're going to cook this for about another 3 to 4 minutes, or until you can kind of tell the sausage is done. So go ahead and do that, and we will move on to the next step. Alright folks, so the sausage is pretty much done. Most of it is pretty cooked. There's a little pink, but don't worry. because we're going to keep cooking it for quite some time. So all we're going to do now, add your mushrooms. Now we're not going to cook these until they're sauteed either. We're just going to cook them for about another 3 to 5 minutes, or maybe just a hair more to kind of soften them up a little bit. So go ahead and do that, and I will see you at the next step. All right, folks, so what you want to do now is I went ahead and added the tomato sauce, I added oregano on this, and actually if you want to, add a little salt to taste. And then what you're going to do is you're going to turn this down to simmer, and we're going to cover it, kind of a partial cover. I just like to leave a little out there. And we're going to do this for 30 minutes. Now about halfway through, if you open it up and the sauce looks a little thick, go ahead and add about a half a cup of water, stir it, and that will help smooth it out a little bit. So go ahead and do that, and I will see you then. All right, folks, so our polenta is done. And you can see it's pretty thick, and it's kind of pulling away. You're going to kind of notice a little bit onto the sides. Like I said, it's going to start pulling away. And that's really what we're looking for. It's definitely pretty thick. So what you want to do is you want to go ahead and get out some sort of cooking vessel, at least like a 9x13 pan. And go ahead and pour that in. There. Okay, well, at least the burner's off. So what we want to do here, we want to just pat this down. So what we're looking for is about 1.5 to 2 inches here in the pan, which you pretty much should get anyways by doing this. Now since our sauce isn't done, you got two options here until it's done. You can either put it in the refrigerator and you want to cover it, and that's going to help harden it up. Or if you want, what I'm going to do is you can put it in a 250-degree oven, and that's also going to help harden it up before cooking. So go ahead and do whichever one you want, and I will see you as soon as the sauce is done. So see you then. Alright folks, so you can see it's been about 30 minutes. I don't think the sauce is really that thick. It's still just a little runny, but that's okay. So all we're going to do now is go ahead and take your last 3 tablespoons of olive oil and add it to this. Just mix it together, and we're just going to cook it covered for just 10 minutes more. Then after that, we will get on to the polenta. Alright folks, so our sauce is done. I've already went and taken the polenta out of the oven. So what we're going to do now is we're going to turn our oven to 350 degrees. And you can see even right now it's kind of a little spongy and it's starting to harden up a bit, and that's really what the last part is going to be about. So what you want to do now is just take your cheese. So you're just going to kind of dump it in there. Then what you want to do is just kind of spread it out as evenly as possible. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just make sure you get it spread out. That's good enough. So what we're looking for when we put it back in is we're looking for the cheese just to melt across the top of it. We're not going to put the sauce. The sauce goes on after we cook everything. So go ahead and do that, and I will see you at the end. Alright folks, so we are done. Now the polenta is a little softer, but that's okay. You can also harden it up a little bit more, cook it in the oven, let it harden up a bit more. Now what you're going to do is just with the sauce, after you're done, is the sauce just goes on top of it. And it's a really, really tasty and good meal for you. And very fun to make again. So if you enjoyed making this today, like, subscribe, leave a comment below. I want to thank you for watching, and come back with me next week for another fun food journey. So I will see you then.